The legendary Louis Armstrong, one of New Orleans' most beloved sons whose musical talents and worldwide success helped pave the way for other African-American musicians who would come after him. Musicians like Wilbert Rawlins Jr. A New Orleans native and trumpeter like Armstrong, Rawlins has played with some of the greats, like Grammy Award-winning singers Irma Thomas and Fantasia Barrino. But what's most intriguing about Rawlins is his unique ability to impact the lives of young people through music. In 2007, filmmaker Richard Barber produced what is now an award-winning documentary called The Whole Gritty City, featuring Rawlins and his impact on young people. In this piece, Richard Barber takes a look back at how Rawlins impressed him during his time of filming in New Orleans.
In 2007, I went to New Orleans to make a documentary about the city's school marching bands. The very first time I met Wilbert Rawlins Jr., he was leading band rehearsal. This young man had just run in and joined in the middle of a song. You could maybe fault his technique, but not his commitment. And as usual, Mr. Rawlins used it as a lesson.
2, 3. Hey, girl! Well, you sat down there and made an immediate impact in that section. You realize that? Tell the truth. As soon as you sat down, right? Everybody in here the same way. As soon as you sit down and you can play your parts, you make an immediate impact. Take care of him, put him up.
This was just 2 years after Hurricane Katrina. New Orleans children, particularly in the African-American community, had already been struggling with poverty and violence.
You gotta take your horn home, you gotta practice, you gotta learn your part.
And now this. For the kids in his band room, Mr. Rawlins was their anchor.
It's hard to get the hood out of him because as soon as he walks out this door, he gotta get hood again. As soon as he hit that block, he needs to be a certain way, or else the rest of the people in this community are gonna, treat him a certain way. So he gotta act like he hard, he this, he that. He gotta maybe have a pack of cigarettes in his pocket, because that's what's going on in the hood, But while they're here, you don't have to worry about that. You gotta show them compassion. One, they have to know, I love you regardless. I'm telling you, you can build them up to be something special. I ain't slept in 8 days, I can go for 8 weeks, to me that.
What Wilbert Rawlins gives his students is knowledge and love of music and of their instruments, a belief in themselves, a reason to go to school and stay in school, and for a surprising number of them, a chance to go to college on music scholarships.
Now the teacher, Dominique, you can't let him just do that. Teach it. Now. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wilbert Rawlins is determined to change and save the lives of his students.
7, 8.
The same way his own band directors changed and saved his life.
Ready? I'm the only one of my friends I grew up with still living. It was 8 of us, man. 4 of them got killed, man, at different times. 3 of them overdosed on heroin. I'm the last one living.
While the priority for marching band is getting ready to perform, Mr. Rawlins is able to get deeper into the music and technique in his classes and concert band.
Y'all heard that one? The only thing I'm asking you to do is just don't be scared to play. Play your part. Come in with your part. Ready? Watch how pretty this come out. Go ahead.
In the 3 years of making this film, I saw a number of music teachers and band directors.
There you go. That's how you do that. Oh.
I've never seen a teacher or mentor of any kind as impressive and as powerful as Wilbert Rawlins Jr.
Build on it. Build on it. Come on, Antoine. Come on. Ready? Oh, that's not bad. That wasn't bad at all. You had me captivated just now. Your parents are going to look at you differently. Everybody got on that bus, they went home. What they going to do? They going to play around, sleep, stand on the corner, smoke dope, play dice, all of this. Be for real. But not you. Right now you're working on your future, right?
That was 2007. It's been 9 years since. Today, Rawlins has lost the gold tooth and is dressing differently now. But the goal is still the same: to educate and impact the lives of young people. In this piece, Casey Ferran shows us how Rawlins continues to do that here at home. But now he has the opportunity to do it abroad.
As a kid, he was always humble, and still is for that matter. But he was into music, I guess because of his dad. His dad was my drummer for 27 years.
And to Wilbert Rawlins Jr., Grammy Award winner Irma Thomas is a musical godmother.
Because of the fact that he grew up being a part of music, he understands the discipline that music brings to children.
The son of a musician and an educator, Rawlins was focused on becoming a band director as early as middle school.
I wasn't shocked that he became a director of music, not at all. To see these kids having that need for someone to give a darn, and he was one that gave a darn, and he figured, well, all I can do is do what I know how to do and show them what I know and hope that it'll inspire them, and that's exactly what he's been doing.
If these young students had to speak about me in the future, I would hope that the first thing that they would really truly say, and I think this is what they would say: Mr. Rawlins really cared for me as a person. He believed in me from day one, and he provided an atmosphere for me to grow.
Sure, he's a teacher and a band director, but to Julius Hill, he's a father figure.
My parents don't even motivate me like Mr. Rawlins motivates me, because he's going to tell me when it's right, he's going to tell me when it's wrong, he's going to tell me what I got to improve upon, he's going to tell me what I lack in. He's just going to keep it 100 with me, and that's one thing I love about him.
In 2009, Rawlins recruited Hill to play trombone in the O.P. Walker High School Band.
He just made me love band, because at first it just was a hobby for me.
A hobby that's grown into a passion and a career. Hill is now a band director himself at a New Orleans elementary school.
It showed me that I can do anything. Anything is possible. And all I have to do is just work at my craft. My craft can get me somewhere. And I preach that to my kids today. I said, I've been to Japan through music. I got a $10,000 scholarship to Texas Southern University through music.
By affording him opportunities to play with Grammy winners like Irma Thomas and take band trips to Japan, Rawlins opened a new world for Hill, as he does for all of his students.
I never knew all this would happen. And it's through his grace and what he saw in me that I can start doing this to other kids.
Jazz musician Yoshio Toyama first met Rawlins in 2003. The two were united by their belief that music can change and even save the lives of children.
And it's an opportunity for you to be satisfied with yourself, not to mention gain all of these different tools that you're going to need to go through life, to matriculate through high school. All of the tools that you learn in the music room. You know, and scientists state this, that musicians are 30 to 40% smarter than an average person.
Year after year, Toyama returns to New Orleans, bringing instruments to Rawlins students.
He didn't just say, okay, well, my school needs this and I'm going to take all of them and do it here. He shared with other schools, and that's a big heart. You know, most band directors, and I'm going to keep it all for my school. But no, he shared it, and he made them aware that other schools needed instruments as well.
I'm glad that what we did from Japan abroad brought something good to what he does, you know.
Their brotherhood spurred much, much more. Rawlins now takes his students on trips to France and Japan to share the musical culture of New Orleans with the world.
These are kids who probably would not get that opportunity. And not only is he giving them an opportunity to experience going to another country, but he makes them earn that opportunity. They don't just get picked because he knows them or they're in his band. They have to earn that opportunity.
In 2015, Rawlins introduced a self-developed music curriculum in 26 schools in France, spreading his passion for music and education globally.
I was like, you made it to the big time. That's what I told him. I said, you are the big time. You're the supreme band director now. Because let alone people are trying to establish a band in New Orleans, just in your home city. You're establishing programs across seas. Who does that?
Through the years, Rawlins has also collaborated with other high school music programs in places like New York and Virginia to connect students through music and exchange cultures and ideas.
I appreciate the fact that he's always the teacher, but he's also the humanitarian, and he's bringing that part of him and sharing that part of him with his students.
The power of music is simply what's inside of each and every one of us. And it's an opportunity, you know, for us to be able to express it in our own manner, our own facet, you know, and we can dazzle ourselves, we can dazzle the world, you know. Man, it's endless.